Good morning. If you're joining the replay, you get here before the gang gets here. So, good morning. I don't normally go live on Tuesdays, but here I am. I'm trying to read all y'all's messages. We may not have many people because I normally am not live on Tuesdays. I have messed up the whole schedule. And I've tried so hard not to do that. And here I am doing that. I'm about 7 minutes early, so we can just chit chat until 7 o'clock. I'll tell you guys, I have a couple of videos that have gone viral in other countries, and I'm getting they obviously have never seen a Tolbent Polish chicken before, and they're like flipping out because they don't know what it is, and so they're messaging about my chickens. A lot of them have not seen miniature cows before either. So, like, I'm getting a lot of people from foreign countries. It's pretty neat to think about Sneed's Farmhouse being in other countries. There's a lady that mailed me some kitchen towels, and it says something about dancing in the kitchen. And y'all, listen, if you're sending me packages, send me your email because I can't find you guys to say thank you because she's not on Facebook and I don't properly know how to find people on YouTube. I'm still learning and I can't find the people that are sending me packages. Like my mother taught me better. I say thank you and I can't find you to say thank you. So if you send me packages, please put your email because I can't say thank you. So please do that. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I don't know how to. And then, like, the thing is, like, their names on YouTube are different from their real names. And then they put their real name on the return address. And I'm like, who is this? Like, thank you so much. And I try to do a short or something to say thank you or a picture. And I feel like I'm being disrespectful. I don't like this. So please put your email address so we can communicate and I can properly say thank you. Thank you, Rhonda. My husband's uncle died of congestive heart failure, and it was the first of the siblings to pass away. So it was a um, very emotional funeral. I feel disrespectful because I can't find you guys. And I feel like it was something Foxhound. And I've been looking every time since I go live, I've tried to look for her name and it's bothering me because I can't, she's not been live. And I'm thinking, oh, she hates me now because she sent me towels and I didn't say thank you. And oh, she thinks I'm awful. So I don't like that. Sue, my pigs are loving those wool blankets. I know I've told you like 45 times, but I'm just telling you that my animals are loving. I used the other ones for the baby pigs when they were little. And so she and Freddie have probably 4 blankets. And there's another lady, Rita. Rita, Rita Lynn. Rita Lynn, she sent me letters in the mail, and I thought we were becoming friends, and then she disappeared, and I'm like, where are you, Rita Lynn? And I don't know how to get in touch with her, and I hate it because people that are on YouTube, if you're not on Facebook, like Facebook, you can search and find who they are because they're real names. And then YouTube is not like that. So, like, if you just follow me on YouTube and you send me a package, I have no clue how to say thank you. So, don't think I'm not a grateful person, because I am. Sue, I don't I don't know, it may cost too much. Tanya with the beekeepers. Yes, I think that's her. How do I find her? Will you please message her if you know how, and tell her that I'm very grateful for those towels. I love them. They're so cute. Um, they're so cute. Good morning, Lauren. We have 2 minutes. It's time to put on my watch because we're gonna get our steps in. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. This is so crazy. You know, sometimes I forget, and I've said this before, but sometimes I forget that I'm talking and there's thousands of people that watch and that know my business. Like, I think I'm just talking to Nancy. Like, like, or I forget. I forget. And so Thanksgiving, I met this lady, and she was talking to me, and she began to go, "You've been married 4 times." I'm like, "How does she know that?" And then I forget that I'd like go live and say that. And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I tell everybody my business." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like sometimes when I meet people and they already know who I am, and I've met them for the first time in person, it feels awkward that they know everything about me, but I know nothing about them. So, like, that happened this weekend, and it was just like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." You got your protein? All right, it's 7 o'clock. Before we begin, I have 3 new products that we're trying today. Thrive Cosmetics, and I'm told that this is going to change my life by one of my friends. I'm not getting paid for this. They did not send me this to advertise, although I tried. But this mascara, oh, it's a pretty bottle. Isn't this pretty? But I'm told this is a life changer. So we're going to see. And then it came in a package, and this is semi-permanent waterproof eyeliner, because my eyes water like a son of a gun. Oh, it has a little smudger on the end. And then what is this? This is eye brightener. Well, shoot, we need that, so we're gonna use that today. What do you do with it? Oh wait, this is eyeshadow. So we're gonna try some new products today. So I do want to talk about this. This has been a life changer to people with extensions. I have extensions, right? These are extensions. I mean, my real hair is long. Like, this is my real hair. See, it's long. It's almost the same length as my extension, but girlfriend here has really fine hair. And within like not days, if I do not wash my hair every day, I'm a grease bag. Okay. Cynthia is right. I'm a grease bag. And so when you have extensions, you have to keep them moistured. Is that right? Moistured? You have to keep them oiled. Oil and Judy's hair does not get along. I become a straight up grease monkey if I put oil in my hair. I have found this, and this works really well if you have extensions. And this is the light formula for people that are grease balls like me. And it doesn't make your hair a limp noodle. So I do recommend this. I don't get paid for this. This is just extra credit for all you people that joined early and you want promotions. I say if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's really funny because like when I started social media, like there was no goals in mind. I just was doing Judy. And it's so hard for me to believe that people get here early to talk, like before I even get here. So, and if you're wanting to join the chat, you can't join it on Facebook. You got to switch over to YouTube and you can chit chat with backup dancers before I get here. And they are best friends and they talk and they're like, oh, it's so wonderful. So anyway, so these are just extra credits for the people that are trying to get promotions here at Sneeze Farmhouse. Okay. I always say that they get her early because they're trying to get promotions. It's just a joke. I don't really mean it. But anyway, you're all wonderful to me. All right. Let's talk about my Thanksgiving real quick. Cheryl, you were 3 hours early. Oh my gosh. Well, you're becoming president of Sneeze Farmhouse. Okay, I'm gonna put my hair back. Thanksgiving. Okay. Let me tell you about my Thanksgiving. Let's see. It was good. Thanksgiving Day. I work off, how do I tell you this? I work off organization. Okay. Really, I don't think I do, but I do. Like, I want to know what I'm doing. Like, usually I have this Google Calendar and I keep up with everything. Like, I have a tour, I have doctor's appointments, I have, like, it's all in my calendar. If I'm going to do it that week, I have to put it in my calendar. Even if I go visit a friend, I start having anxiety that I'm going to forget to visit her. Because if I don't put it in my calendar, Judy's brain is dead. And so I forget. So I'm a calendar kind of girl. And everything is not, I'm not a paper calendar. I'm a phone calendar kind of girl. And so this year, this is how the conversation went. Okay. Shane said, I have to work Thanksgiving. You know, welders, they work during the holidays because the plant shut down. So Shane said, Judy, I won't be here for Thanksgiving. I have to work. I said, okay. Well, Friday came, the Friday before Thanksgiving came, and Shane went to work. He's off his real job on Fridays, but he works his second job on Friday. He's crazy. Anyway, so he went to work Friday and he got home and he said, hey, I'm going hunting. And I thought, it must be nice just to walk in the door and leave your wife for 5 hours and not be playing. But see, Shane flies by the seat of his pants. Okay. And I'm a calendar girl. Okay. And I'm like, it's not on my calendar that you're going hunting. I thought you had to work for Thanksgiving. So anyway, he went hunting. And then he messaged me and said, I'm coming home Wednesday because I have to leave for Georgia, I think Wednesday, for Thanksgiving. I said, okay, whatever. That joker walks in the door Tuesday morning. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, you can't just pop in. What do you think? This is your house or something? Like, you can't just pop in. It's not on my calendar. My calendar shows that you're coming home on Wednesday. I don't need you showing up on Tuesday. I mean, what if I have Timmy Joe here and I got to get Timmy Joe out of the house before you get here? So don't be doing that to me. I always say that to him. I call my boyfriend Timmy Joe. I'm just kidding. I do not have a Timmy Joe. I've never cheated on my husband a day in my life, but I call my boyfriend Timmy Joe. So when he says, hey, I'm going hunting, I said, let me call Timmy Joe and get him over here. That's what I say. It's just a joke. Okay. 95% of the time I kid. And so does Shane. So he shows up Tuesday morning and bless his heart, his tooth was abscessed. and he had been up all night in pain. So he had to go to the dentist Tuesday for an emergency visit because he was in so much pain. So they had something about his nerve. He had a root canal or something and it went wrong, and he's had a toothache anyway. So he went and got medicine. So I'm thinking he's leaving Wednesday to go to Georgia to work. Well, Wednesday come and he's still here, and I'm like, I have on my calendar you're leaving for work. What are you doing? And so it changed. So then his mother texted me the day before Thanksgiving at 8 o'clock at night to invite us over for Thanksgiving. Well, this whole entire time, I'm thinking that the only people that are going to be here for Thanksgiving is me and my dad. So I ain't cooking for just two people. So Larry and I, my dad, ordered Jim and Nick's Thanksgiving dinner. So next thing I know, my kids are messaging me going, are we not having Thanksgiving, Mother? Like, what are you doing? You hadn't even invited us. And I was like, oh, Lord, I'm pulling a Shane's mother. And I said, well, I didn't invite you to Thanksgiving because I thought you were going to your father's. And we're like, no. And I said, oh, well, just come over. I ordered Thanksgiving dinner, so just come eat. So Thursday, my oldest son and his girlfriend show up. And then my youngest son tells me he's sick. And I was like, he's a lie. He ain't sick. He don't want to come in. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So my youngest son works retail. Well, it's the holidays, right? So he is working nonstop. So we had Thanksgiving. It was my son, his girlfriend, Larry, and I. And Shane went to his mother's for Thanksgiving. So that's what happened. And then Saturday, I told you guys that I was feeling sorry for myself because I had to go meet my son's girlfriend's family for the first time on Saturday. And I felt sorry for my son because she had probably 19 family members and my son had one. I was like, God love him. But boys don't care, right? Boys don't care. Mom was there and that's all that matters. Shane ended up going for 0.2 seconds. He came, but he didn't eat with us. So he went back home because his dad was coming to help him with one of Shane's toys broke down or something. Anyway, so I got to meet her family. They were so sweet to me. It was really a wonderful time. I enjoyed my Thanksgiving. Let's just put it that way. I didn't feel lonely. I didn't get sideways until, I told you I struggle in the holidays. Do you struggle? Did you get sideways? But I don't know. I did okay. Today I want to talk about, I hope you had a good holiday. Today I want to talk about, hang on. Maybe I was forgetting what the subject was. I'm getting where I write this stuff down. Oh, sugar. Okay. I want to tell you a story, and the title of this live is Never Quitting. And I've never really told the story before. I don't really know why I've never told this story, but I'm going to tell you the story. And I hope that what I tell you about my personal life, I hope will in return help you with yours. All right. Sneed's farmhouse started, right? And it was never like, I think I'll have a petting zoo. Y'all know that. It started with, Judy, let's get some chickens. And I don't want no chickens. Chickens are nasty. What do I want a stupid chicken for? It started that way. And Shane taught me into it because he wanted farm eggs. And y'all know this. I did not know eggs came from a chicken's butt. I'm not eating an egg that comes from a chicken's butt. I'm eating an egg that comes from Walmart. And to this day, I tell that story because I was that city girl that thought her eggs came from Walmart. Okay. pretty funny in it. So it started with chickens, and I started falling in love, and it started changing my life, right? You already know that whole story. I don't have to repeat it. If you're just joining me for the first time, you'll have to go back and listen to my testimony. And I know I have a lot of new followers, but that's how it started. It didn't start with, I think I'll get some chickens and some animals and start a petting zoo. Or it didn't start with, I want to stay home and maybe I'll start a petting zoo to supplement my income. That was never on the agenda. Okay, so I got the chickens and I was going to become a breeder. Isn't that funny? I've never done chickens in my life and I was going to sell chickens. And I did. And I got probably 16. I know I did. I had 1,600 followers. And I started becoming the chicken girl that sold chickens. And I did not find comfort in that. I hate it. I really didn't like it. I just didn't like it. And so I was getting animals, and Sneeze Farmhouse started, right? So then I was posting pictures of me and my animals together as I was selling chickens, and people started saying, "Can I come to your farm?" And I didn't have any friends because I had just moved to Coleman. And I'm like, "Sure." So I opened my farm for tours, not really understanding what was going to happen. And I, at first, didn't even charge for tours because that cracks me up. I didn't charge for tours until I was like, Shane said, "Judy, you're busy as crap." And so he said, "You're going to have to get insurance if you're going to do this." And I was like, "Well, I like meeting people. So yeah, I'm going to do it." So I went and got insurance and got a porta potty, and then Sneeze Farmhouse started. So the part that I want to talk about is never quitting. I want to tell you everything that I was faced with when my farm started growing. Okay. And I've talked a little bit about this before. But when I started selling chickens, you kind of have your chicken friends, okay? That you call them your chicken friends, and it's people that enjoy chickens too. And you just kind of become, because what happens is you start having all these elements with chickens because chickens find every way to die. So then you have to learn about, because vets don't really know about chickens and poultry and stuff. So you rely on your chicken farmers to educate you on, like, what is this? My chicken's doing this. What do I do about it? So you become like best friends with your chicken friends. And what happens is you know nothing about them. You know nothing about their home life. You don't know anything about their personal life, but you know what chickens they raise. And you know, and you will sit on the phone with them and talk hours about nothing but chickens. It was the best therapy that I've ever had in my life, because none of us chicken friends. Oh, wait a minute. I got some family issues, so hang on just a minute. Make sure that we're not. Okay. So it was the most have you ever had a friendship that you never talked about your problems? All you talked about was positive things. It is the best friendship in the world, because what happens when you become friends with people, you kind of like tell them everything negative. Let me tell you about my childhood. It was awful. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I struggle with depression. Oh my God, it's awful. You tell them everything negative to get to know someone. And I don't know why we do that, but we do. Okay, I do it too. I'm not saying it's just you. When you get to be friends with someone, you tell them all your gory details crap that you've been through your whole entire life. You don't concentrate on the positive. I don't know why we do that. But with chicken friends, we did that. We're like, "Oh my God, let me tell you what, let me show you this chicken I got. Oh my gosh. Let me just tell you, I drove 3 hours to get this baby chick that I've been dying for. Oh my gosh, I just ship baby chicks in." You do that, and you do not concentrate on anything crap that you've been through with your life. You don't know anything about what they went through as a child. Like, all you know is you're when they tell you, oh my gosh, I just got some Easter eggs, you're like so excited. Oh my God, you're gonna love them. Send me pictures. You do that. And it is the most wonderful thing to have a friendship where you concentrate on nothing but positive. It's wonderful. And I had, I'm going to say, at least 10 friends that were like that. I called them my chicken friends because we did nothing but talk about chickens. And me and that girl or guy, whoever I was talking to, we were like, I felt like they were my best chicken friends. We talked every single day, and maybe not on the phone, but we text or something. There was some kind of connection about chickens. And it was relationships like I had never had in my life. I adored these friends. And then Sneed's Farmhouse started. Okay. And I didn't know what I was doing. I started doing tours, and people started getting uneasy about me because my farm was growing. And every single farmer, if you're a farmer on here, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why we do this, but every chicken person, animal person, we would love to stay home and have a farm and make a living at it. Every one of us. We are trying to search ways to quit our full-time job because we love farming so much that we want to quit being a nurse or whatever your profession is, and we want to stay home and be farmers. And every single one of us are searching. Okay, well, if I get this breed, this is a rare breed, and these are worth $150 a piece. Every single farmer does this. We do. Because we love farming so much. It is a life that's undescribable. The happiness behind having a farm is like no other. And I know it's not for everyone because it is. I go to work every single day, 7 days a week for about 14 hours a day. And it is lifting 50-pound bags. It is scooping crap. It is dealing with vets. It is a hard job. But it is the most rewarding job that I've ever had in my life. And I've told you guys, this may be too much information, but I have been very successful in the work field. I have done very, very well in the work field. I accomplished stuff I thought I would never accomplish being in the workplace. It is nothing compared to what I do today. And I don't make anything really. And I love every second of it. But every one of the farmers that I know search for ways to make a living, to support their family, to stay home with their family, raise their kids on a farm, and show them real life. But the problem is, it is almost the impossible to really be able to make a really good living and do it. And so all of us struggle, every one of us. So as I began to get Sneed's Farmhouse and began to, I don't know if you want to call it look successful, because my page was growing, people were coming to tour left and right, and my chicken friends began to turn on me. And I was devastated. There's one particular chicken friend that I had. She was what I call a successful chicken person. She was known. She had a large following. I talked to her every single day. I looked up to this girl. I looked up to her. And she taught me a lot that I know about chickens. And she quit she just quit talking to me, and I had no idea why. You ever had a friend just stop talking to you, and you're like, "What did I do? Like, why is she not speaking to me?" So finally, after I had messaged, and this is a girl that we talked every day. Okay, we're fixing to try this new stuff. I don't know what it is, but we're fixing to try it. It looks like that. I don't know I don't even know what you're supposed to do with it, but we're gonna try it. Um, but she stopped talking to me, and I was like, what did I do? And so I finally messaged her because I was in tears. I was in tears. This is my chicken friend that we've never had an argument. That was my best chicken friend. And she sent me a message back and she said, I'm not a fan of your nonprofit gig. And I went, She came. There were about 10 farms that said that to me. Okay. This is the story about not giving up, right? So I wanted to give up because I felt like I was doing something wrong. I'm a people pleaser, right? And I felt my eyes are watering again, so this is probably not going to work. I'm a people pleaser, so I immediately, when these people were telling me, because they thought I don't know if they thought I was trying to I don't know what they thought, but they flat out, that particular person said, I'm not a fan of your nonprofit gig. Okay. You got to remember, I told you in the beginning of this conversation that chicken people do not know anything about each other. All we know is chicken talk. So this person had no clue anything about my history, what I used to do, what my goals were with my farm. All she knew is I sold chickens and I became a nonprofit. So she thought she wasn't a fan of my nonprofit gig because she's like, Judy sells chickens. That's not nonprofit. And she began to judge me because she didn't know the whole story, because we weren't nothing but chicken friends. So after about 10 farms beginning to attack me, I wanted to stop Sneed's Farmhouse. I wanted to stop. And I spent weeks sulking and being upset because these were my friends that I talked to every day, and it wasn't one. It was about 10. And they were bad mouthing me. To this day, I'm not allowed on this one page, this chicken page. Like there's a North Alabama chicken group. To this day, they have blocked me. Okay. So that happened. As Sneed's Farmhouse is beginning, 10 people are attacking me. Then I get a letter in the mail that I'm being sued from a chicken person. Yeah, they sent me a message to tell me that I was getting sued. Are you ready for this? I was getting sued because I didn't pay for this feed. This particular chicken person, goat person, whatever you want, they wanted me to try their feed. And so they gave me several bags of feed to try it. And I did. And supposedly I stole the feed. And so I was getting sued. So on top of having the 10 people that were bashing me for being nonprofit, I'm now getting sued. I'm now getting sued. And the person that was going to sue me runs the chicken group. And to this day, I don't know how many years it's been, 5, I guess. I'm still not allowed to be on this chicken group. Okay. So I am under attack. Then, okay. Then I don't know if you've ever been through stuff like this, but then I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe you just go like this and then get a brush. I'm not really sure. Or maybe this is that's eyeliner. I don't know what I'm doing. So y'all just stick with the story. Don't watch the makeup. Just stick with the story. So anyway, so then my husband comes home and he begins to tell me that there's this chicken farm up for sale. Please keep in mind, that I used to live in Stapleton, and I started a Stapleton fitness thing that I loved. And Shane moved me to Coleman, and I left all my friends, and I was devastated to come to Coleman. We've been in Coleman, I'm going to say a year. And then Shane goes, I found this chicken farm. Okay. It is not pet chicken farm. It is, what do you call it? Chicken houses. Okay. He found chicken houses. I think that's the right word. And he's like, Judy, this is something I've always wanted to do. I've been with him several years. I've never heard him say that he wants chicken houses. Okay. And I was thinking in my mind, what? So he took me to go look at this land, and it was, I forgot, it was some god awful amount. And I'm thinking, we have no money for this. Like, what the crap are you thinking? But I'm a people pleaser, even when it comes to my husband. So he begins to tell me about these chicken houses. Okay, I want you to let me set the platform for you. Anybody that owns chicken houses cannot have any poultry on your property or off your property. Like, I could stay here and have chickens and us have a chicken farm. No, you cannot be like, if I own chicken houses, I can't even step into someone else's chicken yard because chickens carry diseases. Okay. So, like, I'm sitting here in my head going, what in the heck? What in the heck? So I go to look at the property. It's probably 20 minutes from our house. And Shane is like foaming out the mouth wanting this chicken place. Okay. And I'm thinking, how do I feel? How do I feel about this? And I thought in my head, Shane has never led me in the wrong direction. And Shane is our provider. So I was thinking in my head, and his mother ended up telling me that this is something he's always wanted. Who wants to be a chicken farmer? I mean, chicken house farmer, whatever you call them. And I thought, I've never heard him say this. But his mother's like, oh, Judy, he's always wanted chicken houses. He's always wanted chicken houses. I'm thinking, what? So we go to this place and we meet with the owners. And I'm walking around and I go, this is the first, I'm a city girl, right? I've never been in a chicken house a day in my life. So I'm going into this chicken house and it smells like straight butthole. Excuse me for saying that. But I'm like, this is the stinkiest thing. And so Shane begins to tell me, okay, he's got 4 years to retire. So he begins to tell me that I'm going to do the chicken houses in the morning and he's going to help me in the afternoons. And I'm thinking, like, what the, how did I get involved in this? Like, what the heck? But I am a team player and I'm thinking, okay, Shane has never led me in the wrong direction. Am I fixing to do chicken houses? I don't even know what I'm doing. But I think I'm pretty confident when it comes to chickens. Okay. Thinking, I know chickens. I am the other animals I'm still learning, but when it comes to a chicken, I'm totally confident. So we go into these houses, we sit down with the owners, we go over the financial books and stuff. There is this little bitty house that's on the property. I think it's like 750 square feet, the house. Okay. And I'm thinking, we have my dad. So me, Shane, and my dad are going to live in a 750-foot square house. We're going to live in this. The property was absolutely gorgeous. Like Dexter, I could keep all the big animals. I would just have to get rid of my peacocks, my chickens, my ducks, all poultry. I wouldn't be able to have any of that. And I'm just sitting here going, okay, my chicken friends hate my guts. I'm getting sued. Now my husband wants me to get rid of all my poultry. And I had just started Sneeze Farmhouse. I had just started doing tours. So everything was against me. And when things, I'm not putting my makeup on. Oh Lord, what in the crap have I done? This looks like a kindergartner's kind of hold this. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna have to research how to use that. Anyway, so I'm thinking in my head, I'm getting by myself. When I am under amount of pressure, I have to get in my car and drive and turn the music way up loud and think. Because Shane was like, Judy, I don't want to do anything that you don't want to do. I'm like, oh, no pressure there, buddy. You're over here doing back handsprings because you want these chicken houses, and I'm fixing to give up my whole entire farm. I just started Sneed's Farmhouse. It's doing really well, and I'm fixing to give it up. I'm fixing to have to give everything up for you to go do chicken houses, for me to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do chickens. Like, this doesn't sound like a good trade-off to me. It's not sounding good at all. So I get by myself and I'm like, God, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want? Like, what the heck? I'm getting sued. My friends hate me. My husband's like, why is this being taken from me? Why did you give me Sneed's Farmhouse to take it away from me? Like, I don't understand. And I begin to get in a serious conversation with God. Look, I'm going to start crying and now I got bags under my eyes. Have you ever been like that where you're like, wait a minute, I just started this and now you're taking it away from me? And I don't even know why I'm putting on makeup if I'm going to be a big old crybaby. So anyway, let me get these tears out of my eyes. It was a very bad time in my life. Very. But you know what I did? I took a step back and I said, I'm going to trust my husband and I'm going to trust God. Because maybe I'm not supposed to have poultry. I don't know. Maybe. And Shane was like, Judy, Sneed's Farmhouse doesn't have to stop. I'm like, Sneed's Farmhouse is about chickens. You know what I mean? But he was like, you can bring all your big animals over here, and they'd have this big, huge green pasture. And he was painting the picture for me, and I was just like, I have to get rid of all my chickens. Like, you understand how bad? Okay, so then I finally get to the point where I'm like, okay, this is meant to be. This is meant to be. I'm supposed to get rid of all my chickens. And I don't really tell anybody because I'm not okay with it. Okay. Well, then there's this one chicken friend that was still talking to me. Okay. She was still talking to me. And she was looking for chicken coops. And I had pretty much settled that I'm going to have to get rid of all my chickens. I'm dying inside, y'all. My heart is like, I'm a chicken girl. I'm the chicken girl. Okay. I'm the chicken girl. Out of all the animals, I love me some chickens. That's why I have 150 of them. Okay. So this girl, I go to her house. She's looking for chicken coops. And I said, she had Rio and Georgia Lee. She had just bought Rio and Georgia Lee from an auction. And she didn't want them. You know me tell you why she didn't want them? Because they weren't tame. She got them from the auction. She got them home, and they were not what she thought they were. That's very sad to me. But I have been there before, so I wasn't judging. So I went to her house to meet Rio and Georgia Lee for the first time. They were so skittish. It was awful. And my heart just went, it was just breaking they were like sitting in this pen. It was awful. And she said to me, she said, Judy, because I told her that Shane was wanting to get chicken houses and I was crushed. And she goes, I'll tell you what, I'll give you Rio and Georgia Lee for your chicken coops. And I said, well, I have to get rid of my chickens. And I was like, I didn't have alpacas then. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna um I'm gonna say yes. So she wanted my big metal chicken coop. And I said to her, I said, listen, this is not going to be I can't sell you my chicken coop until I get rid of my chickens. She's like, no problem at all. I said, so bear with me as I get rid of the chickens, but this may take a couple of months. And she goes, I want you to go ahead and take the alpacas because I don't want to deal with them. I said, okay. So I went and rented a trailer, got the alpacas, took them to my farm, and she was going to trade me the chicken coop for it. I got them home. And the next day, she calls me on the phone and she says, I'm coming to get that chicken coop today. I've already went and I'm not getting ready. I already went and got a trailer. I said, I still have my chicken. It's only been like less than 24 hours since we've made this transaction. Like I told you, I can't sell my chicken coop until I sell my chickens. I'm stressed out at this point. I look at Shane. She is like, demand, I'm coming to your house and loading up that chicken coop because you have my alpacas. I look at Shane. I'm bawling my eyes out. So let's back up a minute. I lost 10 chicken friends. I'm getting sued. My husband's decided we're having chicken houses. I'm losing every bit of my chickens. And now the only chicken friend I have is now basically accusing me of stealing her alpacas and me not giving her her chicken coop. And I'm like, God, are you serious right now? Like, what the heck? I'm just the innocent bystander. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm trying to be happy. And all this was just piling on me. Okay. It's just piling on me. And I feel like I'm about to go insane. I look at Shane. I said, what do I do? And he goes, just tell her we're going to buy the alpacas. So I messaged her. Hang on. I probably shouldn't have put makeup on today. So I said, okay, let me back up just a minute. She told me that both alpacas were registered. And she told me that Georgia Lee was pregnant and due in 2 weeks, which is the reason she wanted me to go ahead and take the alpacas. So I looked at Shane. I said, what do you want me to do? And he goes, tell her we're just going to buy the alpacas. I said, okay. So I call her on the phone. I said, please do not come to my house and get my chicken coop. My chickens are still here. I'm asking that just tell me how much you want for the alpacas and we'll just give you a check. And she began to tell me that, well, since they were both registered and Georgia Lee was pregnant, she wanted $3,000. So I look at Shane. I'm like, she said $3,000. And he goes, write her a check. I never got papers on the alpacas. And Georgia Lee was not pregnant. So my last chicken friend crapped on me. It was awful, y'all. It was like, and I thought in my head, I'm like, am I not supposed to have Sneed's farmhouse? But y'all, I never gave up. I never gave up because I didn't want to give up. My farm was my life. I got to take Larry to the doctor today. So it's kind of like I don't really want to do anything with myself. I want to go into the doctor's office looking like who to thunk it. So I never gave up because I feel like it's because God was giving me strength not to give up because I had every reason to give up. I mean, I had my husband, I had my friends, I had financial situations, like everything was telling me to give up. Everything. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're in a situation, you're like, "Am I not supposed to be doing this? Like, what the heck?" And I just kept trusting. I just kept trusting that this is what I was supposed to do. I don't know why my husband's against me. I don't know why my friends are against me, but I feel like in my heart, like this wasn't started by me. This is something I was supposed to be doing, but everything was against me. And so I just I just got quiet and tried to listen to what God was telling me to do. And I'm gonna tell you something. It is tough when it's tough when your husband is involved because this is something he was listen, it's not that Shane's a POS. Shane was trying to better our lives. Shane was trying to invest and make good decisions for our family. And I truly believe in my heart that Shane was not trying to lead us. He wasn't trying to steal Sneed's farmhouse from me. He was like, "Well, Judy, you can still have Sneed's farmhouse. You're just not going to have poultry." And I'm like, "But I'm a chicken girl." But anyway, I just tried to sit quiet and listen and go, "What am I supposed to be doing?" And we made a full price offer on those chicken houses. A full price offer. And the man turned us down. What the heck? Shane's like, why has he got it on the market? If he's not going to let us buy it, why does he have it on the market? And I was thinking, thank you. I know why. Thank you. And it was like I felt and saw God's works in Sneed's farmhouse that day. I was like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm like, we gave a full price offer. I mean, who has something on the market and someone gives a full price offer and they turn us down? That is God's hand in Sneed's farmhouse. I'm here to tell you right now. I'm here to tell you because that's unheard of. I mean, who does that? God does that. So I sat back and I just smiled. I got by myself and I was like, wow. Wow. I mean, I'm like, and at that point is when the Sneed's farmhouse first started. I didn't have really a following. I'd never done a field trip. I had never gone into the schools. The book wasn't written. My book wasn't written. It was, I mean, I was busy with tours, but Sneed's farmhouse hadn't really started. So, like, what's happening with my farm is amazing. When you see my YouTube videos or you see me going into schools, yo, it's God, okay? I'm here to tell you right now because this could have been taken from me that day. I would have had to sell every single chicken. If my husband didn't say, write them a check for those alpacas, I would have lost my chicken coop that day. But God intervened to every bit of it. Like he totally shut the door to everything that was happening to me. In the meantime, Georgia Lee and Rio got rescued. They have a good life now. They got a good life. But I'm telling you that I can't say that I never gave up because I was giving up. I gave up the second that it what let me verify that. The second I told Shane, okay, let's make an offer. This property's beautiful. I'll give up my poultry. I'll give it up. I'm going to live in a 750 square foot house. We were going to build a house. But I I'm I'm not going to say I gave up, cuz I didn't give up, but I had given up in my head going, okay, maybe this is what God wants me to do. Maybe he wants us to do chicken houses. Maybe that's what he wants us to do with our lives, and just have big animals and just stop Steve's farmhouse. Like, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. And sometimes when we're trying to make decisions and we can't hear God, like, or like, I can't hear you. I don't know what you're like. Well, why are you taking this from me? Like, why? Like, sometimes we can't hear him, but we can't hear him because there's so much distraction in our head. Because I couldn't hear him. I was just doing what my husband wanted to do. I was like, I guess I'll be happy doing chicken houses. I guess. I guess this is just what I'm gonna do. Chicken people hate me anyway, so I'm just gonna give up chickens. They hate me anyway. I'm banned from this page. I'm getting sued for supposedly stealing chicken feed. Like, I'm just gonna stop. Like, I'm just gonna stop. And that's what my brain was so foggy, because there was so much going on that it was hard for me to process what God was really wanting. But see, he intervened without me even having to think. I mean, again, we made a full price offer. And so I feel like today I sit here, and sometimes this weekend, I almost felt like that again, because I told you guys in my last live that I did this short, that went, I'm not going to say it went viral, because it didn't, but it had more views than others, and people were just beating me up, telling me. And I felt the day that all this was happening with chickens. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to put out content. I'm just trying to keep my head above water. I'm just trying to pay for my farm. I'm just trying to give back. I am a nonprofit. I'm trying to go and do all these things. And can't you just see my heart? Like, can't you see what I'm doing, instead of seeing that you think that I think I'm all that? Can't you see what I've been through? But see, what happens with social media is you're scrolling through social media, and all of a sudden you see this person you never seen before, and they do a short or do a YouTube video, and then you begin to judge them, and you don't even know the whole picture, you know? And I felt like that this weekend. I just felt like, do I just need to give up YouTube? Like, people are so mean. They're just so mean, or even when I go viral on Facebook and all these scammers come, I'm like, oh, because I found out there was scammers on my duck page. I'm like, I'm just trying to rescue the ducks, and here these scammers are trying to take money from my followers. Like, do I just need to stop? Do I just need to stop it all and just go to chicken houses? I don't know. So like I just, it's hard sometimes, but I want you to know that when you go through things like this, sometimes it's hard to see when you're in the midst of just crap. And you're like, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? I'm 52 years old. Like, what am I not supposed to be doing Sneeze Farmhouse? Am I not supposed to be on social media? Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? If you will just get quiet, and all you can do is just pray for his will. And like, the thoughts of, I have to be okay. Like, Sneed's farmhouse can be taken from me like that. Shane and I went to this funeral this weekend, and we were in the car. And when you go to a funeral, it makes you think. And I said, if something happened to you, I couldn't do this by myself. I'd have to either go get a sugar daddy something. Like, I don't know how to drive this tractor properly. Our our property's not level. Like, if we had maybe 50 acres and it was all level, I would so be okay getting on I would so be okay getting on the tractor, bush hogging, putting out hay, but our property's not level. Like, I'm teeter-totting in a big old tractor. Like, it's not it's not comfortable to me. And I told Shane, I said, I would probably have to give this all up if something happened to you. And I thought in my head, we need to get to a place in our lives where you're okay if your spouse something happens to your spouse. Like, you need to be okay. And I would be okay, but I'd probably have to move to the city to a garden home and sell all my animals. And I told Shane, I said, we really need to get to a spot in our lives where if something happened to you or something to happen to me, that we wouldn't have to make total life changes and be miserable. You know, Shane is not into Sneed's farmhouse as much as Judy's into Sneed's farmhouse. Like, I will go to work for 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. I love every second of getting up, going to work. Shane, if he had to do what I do, it's not really Shane's cup of tea. It's not really Shane's cup of tea. Just as if we moved to chicken houses and something happened to Shane, do you think I'm going to want to do chicken houses the rest of my life? No, I would sell. So it's been a lot. And I just want to tell you that I can't remember. I think Lauren posted something about not giving up or something. And I made the comment that I believe Sneed's Farmhouse is where it is today. And my pages are growing and Sneed's Farmhouse is growing and all these things. I firmly believe it has nothing. Oh, I got to try this new mascara before we go. See if we like it. My eyes are all swollen. I believe in my heart that when something is built upon God, it absolutely cannot be destroyed by negative comments on social media, by husband wanting to go get chicken houses, from friends bashing you, from people trying to sue you, from people like, it cannot be. If Sneed's Farmhouse was going to be destroyed, it'd have been destroyed in the beginning, because I was a train wreck. And I want you to know that all 10 of those farms do not speak to me to this day. And often I would love to reach out to them, go, now what do you think? Now what do you think about Sneed's Farmhouse? Are you still not a fan of my nonprofit gig? Like, sometimes I want to say, but that's so ugly of me, right? That's ugly of me. But sometimes I want to do that, but I can't say that I never give up, because I think I'm just, who am I? God, it's all God. I'm just the person that God's choosing to use through Sneed's Farmhouse. And I'm glad that I am, because he gives me the strength to get up and do. Y'all say all the time, she's killing herself. I don't know how she does what she does. Well, guess what? You know what? What gives me the strength when you say, "Oh my gosh, Judy's so awesome." Judy did. No, no, no. I tell you this all the time. What gets me up dancing every day and being able to push, like today, I'm like, okay, we get to go to Birmingham today to go to the doctor. So it's fixed. The hard part is fixing to kick in, because treatment's fixing to start. We'll probably find out today when treatment starts. And it's 6 weeks, every day, every single day, including Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. It's every day treatment. We're going to be in the car for half the day. And I don't have the strength to do that. I don't have the strength to do all that and my farm and be a wife and be a mother and all the things that I deal with. The only strength that I have inside me is to know that God is in control. That's all I know. Okay, I'm not putting on this mascara. Let's see. They say this mascara doesn't flake. I don't think we can get a true I tell you that for you being here and being on Sneed's Farmhouse, that you're part of God's work. So don't think that you're here by mistake, or I just came across her page or whatever. No, you're here because God put you here. I feel like. And I tell you all the time that we're in this together. Like, you know, I may never meet. Oh, I need to say this real quick. I'm coming to Oklahoma. Well, I say I am. I'm 95% sure I'm coming to Oklahoma. I just got to sit down with Shane and make the final things. But it's March the 22nd and 23rd. Now, I'm not going to be a part of that event. I'm not going to have a table, a booth. I'm just going to be a person walking around. But if you live somewhere close to Oklahoma and want to meet in person, I will be at the Homesteader event that's in, hang on, I got to look. Let's see. I can't remember what part of Oklahoma. Give me just a minute. I've been talking to Cassie this morning. If y'all don't follow Walker Family Farm, you're missing out because Cassie's a precious person. Let's see. It is called Pryor, 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 Oklahoma. So if you're anywhere close to Pryor, Oklahoma, and you want to meet, I will be at that Homesteader event that's there. I'm 95%. Don't book the hotel yet until I talk to Shane, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there. I'm trying really hard because Cassie and I are becoming good friends, and you know the farms from Oklahoma. I do kind of like this mascara. It's waterproof too, so when you cry over things, you don't have mascara ran all over under your face. If you I've done forgot what I was talking about. Cassie and I, no, the Oklahoma farms, like Eddie Family Farm and all them, the Dutch, they all are in Oklahoma, and they all came. Well, majority of them came to Alabama to our event in September. So we would like to reciprocate and go to Oklahoma to their event. And so I plan to do that hopefully in March. And then April is our event here in Alabama. So if you can't make the Oklahoma, or you don't live close to Oklahoma, you can always come to Alabama. So if you live anywhere close to Oklahoma or Alabama, I will be at the event, 95% sure, in Oklahoma, and then again in April. So I would love to meet you guys because you guys are precious to me. All right, this is I didn't even brush my hair, I don't think. I just kind of am going with it today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of going it. I'm just going with it. I curled my hair yesterday. I love my new curling iron, by the way. Why do they call this a cow lick? I feel like Cinco licked me right here. Okay. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. I hope that my story will help you. And if you have things that you're going through right now and you don't understand them, and you feel like giving up, you know what? If you're supposed to give up, God's going to allow it to be given up. If Sneed's Farmhouse was supposed to be given up, we would have got that off. I mean, when we offered 100%, a full offer, we would have gotten it if that was God's plan, right? But he shut that door down. And that happened about 4.5 years ago. And Sneed's Farmhouse is still going strong. And I'm glad to be a part of it, of his plan, because I do firmly believe that it's his plan. And where Sneed's Farmhouse is going, I don't know. You know, I have no idea. And I don't really set goals per se, because I just feel like I just want to have fun and do what he wants me to do. And as it comes, I roll with the flow. I'm not a business person where I'm sitting here going, okay, for Sneeze Farmhouse, the goal is for me to have 20,000 subscribers by by February. That's not, I mean, as a YouTuber, you love to see that. I would be lying if I just said I don't look at numbers all the time, because I do. I do. It's important. It's just what we do. Okay. I mean, we want to know people's watching our content. We want to know that we're putting out good content. We want to know that we're entertaining. That's just what we do, because that's what keeps you going to keep doing videos. But thank you. Thank you for being a part of God's works. That's what I want to say today, and I appreciate it. All right, I've got to go do animals. I have not let Luna and babies out of the barn yet, because I haven't been here all day to watch. But today's Tuesday, and Wednesday, Kayla and I are going to be decorating for Sneed's Farmhouse for the December Christmas event. So I will be here all day. So I'm going to let Luna and the little boys out on Wednesday for the first time. Leroy has been checking them out. He comes up to the barn, he sniffs. So I think he's okay now. But thanks for joining me this morning. Today is Tuesday. You have two choices, right? You could sit it out and cry and sit on the sofa and feel sorry for yourself, like I do often. Okay. Or you can put on a Christmas shirt, go decorate your tree. My tree is yet to be decorated. Go decorate your tree. Go put on some soft Christmas music. Remember, while we're celebrating Christmas, give back. Do something to lift your spirits. And usually you can do that by giving back. And I tell you all this all the time, giving back does not mean money. Giving back, paying forward is so much more than just a dollar bill. You can do something simple. Pick up the phone and make a phone call. Go back to the way it used to be. Isn't that nice? Didn't you get tired of texting? You're like, just pick up the phone and call me. Anyway, I love you guys. I am going to go live tomorrow, just because I want to get back in my routine. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'll probably update you some on the farm and stuff. So I will see you in the morning at 7 o'clock. I love you.